In this video, I actually played as New Zealand. Could I have fun and make an impact? Watch the video to see. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be playing a nation that's not even on my screen right now. And sometimes it actually gets missed on maps. That's right, we'll be playing as New Zealand today. Can I actually make something interesting happen? I guess we'll find out. We'll put Iron Man mode on, historical focuses, and we'll just get going. Everyone, welcome to New Zealand. We have ourselves 5 whopping factories, 4,000 spare manpower, 3 divisions, and despite being in the Commonwealth and everything, we still have 2 research slots. Okay, I guess we'll start by building some civs. And here's our beautiful focus tree. Beautiful in heavy quotations. Well, I guess we can start by turning New Zealand into an economic power, I suppose. Let's do the National Roads Board, get ourselves some infrastructure. I believe it should max out infrastructure in both of our states. That's right, all 2 of our states. As New Zealand, we literally don't have any national spirits. This is just a blank slate. Even our leader, Mr. Michael Joseph Savage, doesn't have any traits. We are just bland. Guess we'll just continue down our industry. We really don't have to do any of this stuff for right now. So yeah, we just got up to 150 political power, so I went to look at what advisors I could hire, and wow, none of these are useful. 2 civs? Don't mind if I do. The Bureau of Industry. Now, I think an interesting or fun thing we could do this game is unite Polynesia, and we would need to control Hawaii, the Caroline Islands, Guam, Tahiti, and Saipan, which we do not control already. I believe we have a focus somewhere over here. Yes, right here with Maori volunteers, we get a decision to request control of Pacific Islands. Let's grab ourselves that elusive 3rd research slot. Nice, we can even go right up to partial MOB as New Zealand in 1936. This is the forgotten strong nation, guys, let me tell you. It is probably a good thing if we form a government, so let's do that right now, and we'll finally get a national spirit. I would imagine this comes to nobody's surprise, but this is my first time playing as New Zealand. I begin to wonder, have any of you actually played as New Zealand? Let me know in the comments if you played as New Zealand. Nice, the first Labour government completed. We have ourselves a national spirit finally. Congratulations. I don't think I'm going to be doing any ahistorical path today, because they all just seem terrible. So I'll probably be strengthening the Commonwealth at some point here in this game. Let's form an alliance with the Ratana movement. So I was reading through these. This focus right here gives us 2% recruitable pop. We'll get working on that. We also get 2 more percent recruitable pop right here, which is much needed when we have a core population of 1.47 million people. Are you serious? We don't even know what the train is. I guess we'll have to wait 100 days. Why does New Zealand not start with the civilian train? That doesn't make any sense. I just looked at our division template now. Why is this our infantry division? Why do we have 3 horses in our infantry division? So I think my sort of game plan in this game is to make some very nice marines and help out in the defense here in Southeast Asia, maybe even the Philippines. Well, let's do this focus finally and see if they will actually give us control of the Pacific Islands. Yeah, like I said, we're running out of building slots in our country. We have 1 left. I'm gonna start building mills probably now at this point. No use for civs. We need to cram as many military factories as we can fit in New Zealand at this point. There we go, Maori volunteers done. We even got a Maori volunteer division, which is definitely the best unit we have in our whole country now. Alright, so this decision is here now, and it gives Australia an event for control of Australian Polynesia. And let's see what they say. Perfect, they've accepted, and we become the owner and controller of the Solomon Islands. There we go. We can do this decision again and ask for British colonies over here. Alright, let's see what they say. They've accepted as well. We get Fiji, the Gilbert Islands, Ellis Islands, and Nauru. And look at that, we've grown even more on the map. And we can do this again and ask France. Alright, Leon, what do you say? And France is accepted as well. We get New Caledonia, Tahiti, and Nendo. So already we have formed a very nice empire for ourselves, and it's just more building slots for us to build mills in. Perfect. There we go. Look at how many building slots we have now. Okay, so that is the last one we can do for right now. I'm not sure if we will get another one when the US joins the Allies. I'm not sure if that's how it works. We'll have to find out and see. And great, because we're democracy, we can put all of these territories on local autonomy, and we should get a ton of compliance growing in them. Never let them tell you you can't make it. Look at this. We have 6 national spirits now. Well, I think this is what I'll go for my Marine divisions. Of course, I still need support companies, I'll add those in, but this is all I had the XP to add in right now. 30 combat width, pretty decent soft attack. These should do pretty nice. We can only train a few of them right now because our special forces cap is still pretty low, but I'm hoping I'll increase it. We'll get a few more of these guys out and we'll be a formidable force down here. Well, there we go. Our Marines are out. Thinking maybe I'll help out in North Africa because we don't have to worry about Japan for at least another 2 years. So yeah, I might help out the allies in North Africa, try to take out Italy. And nice, the public has demanded rearmament in this election. We just get limited conscription for free. Yeah, it didn't give me an option of who I wanted to elect, but Michael Joseph Savage is back in office for another term. I like the sound of this focus. Think big. We get 4 factories, 2 civs, 2 mills. Then we should be able to get a 4th research slot. Many people think back and say, oh, it was the Japanese and the Americans that fought over the Pacific. Guys, forgetting about New Zealand. They're the true Pacific power and overlord of all of these islands. Time to do the Bob Semple tank focus. If you're an OG of Hearts of Iron 4 or you watched YouTube around that time, you'll know the Bob Semple and the Big Bob down here were quite the topics in the YouTube scene. Alright, the New Zealand armed forces are making their way over to Africa. We're going to help the push in Ethiopia. Once Ethiopia is secured, we'll move up to North Africa. Yes, I would like as much war participation as possible. We want to become free eventually. Getting war score will help us in that venture. Well, here everything goes. Germany's in on Poland, Poland's in the Allies, and the UK, our master, has called us in to war with the Mustache Man and the Axis. And when we did this focus, the UK transferred 2 light cruisers to us, so we now officially have a navy. This will be helpful if we actually do need to plan any invasions, or at least have a little support while the US gives us all the dominance. And finally, in March 40, Italy is into the war. Let's push right away. There we go, we've pushed, we've got Mogadishu. There's a ton of Italian troops here, which we might be able to cut off if we connect with the British, but oh, okay, they're doing terrible up here. Yes, our Marines are making very nice work of the Axis troops, look at that. I just clicked away from the event, however, Michael Joseph Savage has passed away, and we are now led by Peter Fraser. He as well doesn't have any traits, but Michael Joseph Savage, you will be missed. I'm going to try something crazy. I'm going to try to rush to this port all the way over here in British Somaliland. See if I can make it. Of course, we're fighting side by side with our Australian brethren. There we go. We've made it to the port. So that's 2 Italians trapped here. And hopefully should cut off supply from them just a little bit. And there we go. We've encircled and taken out 2 Italian divisions. The next New Zealand plan is to push along the coast here, take this port, and cut off all of these Italians from supply. See if I can make it happen. Yep, these Marines are filthy. Look at them push all of these Axis divisions right out of that port. I don't know what it is with the UK lately, but they've been getting pushed out of Africa very easily. Look at this. The Italians are having a field day here in Egypt. Alright, let's move to this port and cut them all off. Let's just do it. There we go. We have the port. All of these troops should be considered encircled. There's 6 Italians in this one tile. Let's take them out. These Marines are incredible so far. And there they all go. And look at that. We fully mopped up Ethiopia, and oh my goodness. What is happening? Why are the Allies so bad at holding Africa nowadays? Push is going pretty well so far. I mean, we just don't have like any Allied troops helping us out, which is an issue because we can barely hold this line with our 6 divisions. I don't know why there's 11 Italian divisions here, but I'm hoping I can push these 2 out. It was more, I've been pushing this for a while. See if I can get this encirclement because there have been so many Italians. Look at how many Italians are on our line here. There we go. That's 13 Italian divisions here in this one tile. Oh, you have no idea how satisfying this is. 10 more Italian divisions if we can hold this. Please hold this. We should be able to push north now. There's not much left here. But it's August of 41, so we don't have much time. Well, yeah, okay, never mind. We have 0 time left. Japan has declared on British Malaya, which will bring us into war. I can't believe the timing of that. And Japan has declared on the US, which means the US is into the Allies with us, so I'm hoping their navy should do nicely and help defend our islands. Thankfully, since they're in our faction, we do get this decision to request control of their Pacific holdings. I'm going to wait a little bit for this one because if they don't have any holdings over here, they won't be as inclined to send units and their navy, which both will be very helpful in this theater, so we'll just hold off a bit on that one. And look at this, with all this fighting we've done, we can become free. Let's do it. We're going to make some amphibious tanks, we're going to make some Amtraks, we're going to make some pretty dang good Marines. And this will be our Amph tank. I don't know if it's any good, I've barely used Amph tanks before, and we'll call them the Bob Simple, for old time's sake. And there, we even have our Amtraks now in production. A huge British invasion of Tripoli has coincided with our push up here, and we should be mopping up North Africa any minute now. We can finally get to what I really want to do in this game and dominate the Pacific. Let's get our troops back home, and we'll start planning some stuff because we actually do have naval dominance here from, I'm guessing, the United States. Well, our troops got eaten alive. With this focus done, we're up to 6 research slots. We started at 2, we're at 6. For some reason, New Zealand is one of the nations that can get 6 research slots. I do have some good news regarding our divisions, and this is our new template. We got some Amtraks, we got some amphibious tanks, just need to wait for them to regain all their strength and actually get these Amtraks and Amph tanks into the units themselves. Yeah, look at this, we've taken 127,000 casualties and 56,000 casualties from the Japanese that were all in that convoy raid. That is terrible. But we did lose 70,000 to Italy, and how much did we inflict on them? Yeah, 500,000, that's pretty good. Well, that happened. The Soviets actually capitulated, oh my gosh. I will admit, I was not checking that front. And yes, the fall of Rome. Wow, that is a huge allied invasion. Literally, like, every tile of Italy is getting invaded. Wow. Alright, let's see how this plays out. I don't think I've ever seen such a large AI naval invasion before. Look at all the troops in this area. They've secured Rome, but it looks like they might lose the south here, yes. There, the US has a nice foothold in Italy. Hopefully they can hold this, get a civil war going, and kick Italy out of the conflict. Alright, let's see how our invasions finally go. I have my Marines taking this island. I have some infantry taking this island. Great, there was literally nothing here. Alright, let's see if we can save these Americans, and also, we'll finally get into combat with our new divisions right here. Let's see what they can do. Yeah, look at those stats. 300 soft attack in a naval invasion. Yeah, oh my gosh. So there, we've saved these 4 American divisions. Very nice, we have secured the Marshall Islands. Let's get planning for the Caroline Islands. Alright, this is the plan. We have all 10 of our divisions involved in this massive naval invasion. Hopefully we'll secure 5 islands. Let's see how it goes. Looks like an American cavalry division has already landed on this island. And there we go, all 5 landings have been successful, and we officially control the Caroline Islands. Why is there a land warfare facility here? Very smart of you, Japan. This is a big invasion here. 3 different tiles. I believe it's heavily defended. Even this tile here. Let's see how it goes. Yep, 7 divisions here. Let's see if our 2 Marines can take them out. Well, unfortunately, these guys got bounced off. There's 7 divisions here. I'm really hoping these 4 divisions don't die. Oh, please don't. Yes, there we go. We've taken this port. 7 divisions were no match. Unfortunately, yep, these divisions all died. That is really terrible. But it was a worthy sacrifice because Chile caught them off guard and took it with little resistance. Now Chile has got control of this island for us. So there, that's all the Caroline Islands now under our control. Next up, Palau, I think. Then we'll head north and go for Saipan. Remember when I said I barely cared about doing this? Well, yeah, I'm doing this now. This is the last thing I have to do in this whole focus tree. There we go, I've got 2 more Marines out, so now that gives us 4 elite Marine divisions. Oh, look at that, Chile's going. Oh, Chile actually got this island too, wow. Chile's doing a very good job here in the Pacific. There, I just pushed out 9 divisions on Iwo Jima with these 2 Marines. I'm telling you, it's that easy with these things. Let's try to save these American divisions on Taiwan, please. Can we make it there in time? We didn't make it there in time, but we did get the port. Well, there we go. We've secured Taiwan at the very least. Another step closer to Japan. It looks like they have a ton of units here, which is why I'm a bit hesitant right yet. Well, this invasion was anticlimactic. There are no Japanese troops here. Alright, let's get ready for the big one. We'll need all 10 of our divisions for this one. That's right, all 10. Maybe I'll even train up some more. You know what? I'm going to train up some more troops, and we'll get them ready for the big invasion of Japan. Safe to say, this hasn't been a very good game for the Allies, and this is probably a pretty terrible world to live in. I don't know what we're going to do about the Germans or Italians at this point. Apparently Chile has holdings here. Let's see if they'll give us Chilean Polynesia. Yes, they've accepted. And that did give us this island here, yes, which they did control. So I think once we get the landing, and it looks like the US is doing a landing here, which is really good timing for us, should distract a lot of Japanese troops and ensure our landing. But yeah, once we get a foothold here, I'm going to ask the United States for their holdings, see what they say, and hopefully form Polynesia. So this is the plan. We'll land our Marines here in Nagasaki and these two surrounding tiles. We'll get infantry support here and here, hopefully secure this crossing, and move these guys here to secure this crossing. Then take out whatever's on this island. It's now or never. Let's do it. There was nothing there. Wow. Yes, let's quickly spread out. Can even get across the strait here. Honestly, I'm going to do it. And here as well. So just like that, we've taken a large chunk of Japan. Alright, our relations are the max they can be with the US. Let's see what they say. Please, FDR, I need this. Polynesia's kinda disunited. And the United States have accepted. We get control of Hawaii, the Johnston Atoll, Midway Island, Wake Island, the Marshall Islands, Guam, Phoenix Island, and the Line Islands. There we go. Look at our Pacific Empire now. And we can hit the button to unite Polynesia. We'll get all of it as cores. And there we go, we are now the Pacific Federation. Look at that flag, beautiful. And we are a nice new color on the map too. You know what, I kind of like this color actually. Let's finish off Japan here, finally. And look at this, Polynesia United. And I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Here's the Battle of Tokyo. We have Americans who landed here, and there we go, we're into Tokyo. And there goes Japan. We have 12% of the war score. Let's get our cores. And there we go. We've got our holdings plus Taiwan and Okinawa. And I did, in fact, take the whole Japanese navy that was left. Let's see how our invasion of Sicily goes. It looks like it's already faring pretty well. Yep, there we go. We've pushed across. Operation Pizza Slicer is in. Let's see. There we go. We've cut them in half. There's 18 Italian divisions. Oh, it looks like the US has made some moves here too, and encircled all of these guys. Goodbye, Mussolini. There we go. Italian Civil War is kicked off. We do have the puppet, of course. Look at all these divisions. They are all gone. There, but now that we've taken out Italy from the war, I think I'm good to leave it off here. The Germans have upwards of 700 divisions, so I'm not going to bother with pushing into Germany. I just look at how many troops they have on the coast. But that was a pretty fun game. I'm glad we got everything going for us. We formed Polynesia, we took out Japan, we made some pretty fun Marines. I'm happy with the results here. If you've watched this far in the video, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. It would mean a lot to me. We're on the path to 10,000 subs, which is crazy to say out loud because I started this channel in August, did not think it would gain any traction whatsoever, but here we are. Some of you may know or notice that I do try to read and reply to every comment I have, so write me something nice in the comments, I'll say hi. Well, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.